Today on Sinder's Playground, I'm going to give you a brief overview of Marvel's Secret Invasion from the comic books. Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome to another edition of Cinder's Playground. I'm your host, Cinder.
And I'm Jose.
And today, man, we are talking one of my favorite comic book storylines. And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the first time I've discussed a comic book story on the show?
Yes, it is. It's a first.
All right, man. So this is good. And we're starting off with a banger, man, as far as I'm concerned, man. And I guess depending on how this one is received, we may do more. I did mention to you that I would like to do like my favorite Batman stories or my favorite X-Men stories or my favorite Marvel stories in general. You know, like I said, I mean, good views or not, I kind of want to do those, especially my Batman ones, because I think you would really like that one. Am I right in that assumption?
Yeah, 100%. I'm actually
Yeah,
interested in just knowing it too.
yeah, man. I
See
mean,
what
he
I've
has
been
so
missing out on.
he has so many good stories, though. Like I said, he's definitely the one consistent character I follow, like through like his comic book publications and stuff, man. Because like it's Batman, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people have fell flat when they taken over his book, but like majority of the time, his shit is good. You know.
Just about
Um,
to ask that. I was like, has anybody even messed up that storyline? But
nah, he's had some uh shitty stories here and there, but it's very few and far between. Yeah, like I said, probably out of everybody at a DC, he's probably, like I said, the most consistent, man. Like I said, his shit is like consistently good, man. But we're not talking about him today. We're in Marvel, and we're talking Secret Invasion. Now, before I get into it, man, you have any idea what this storyline is about?
I've heard little bits and pieces here and there, but truthfully, not 100%.
Okay, so all right, so like I said, I'm gonna give you a real interpretation. I shouldn't say interpretation, but like the real story from the comic book, man. And not off that TV show, which, from what I heard, well, I shouldn't say has nothing to do with the story, but has very little similar, story beats and storylines opposed to the comic. So I'm going to give you the real deal. So, are you ready, sir?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. So, Marvel's Secret Invasion is a comic book crossover miniseries event written by Brian Michael Bendis. And I'm going to do my first pause here because this guy is one of my favorite comic book writers. And when I was doing the research for this, I like was looking at like over his like comic book history. I'm like, damn, yeah, I forgot he wrote that and like all this other shit, man. Just for example, he did Ultimate Spider-Man, which was huge, so huge. They made a cartoon out of it called Ultimate Spider-Man, which I'm sure you saw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Fantastic Four, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Six, Daredevil, and the 2004 Secret War, Secret Invasion, obviously, and of course, one of the best Marvel stories he wrote, which is Civil War.
Oh
So
shit.
so yeah, this guy is done. He has a track record of writing good fucking shit. Um, anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, it
So,
sounds like he has a lot in his catalog. I was gonna say,
mhm.
uh, is this storyline what introduced you to his writing, or
I think I first started reading him. It might have been Daredevil. I think. Yeah, I started reading him in Daredevil. Like I said, because Daredevil, I do like him, but like he's kind of a character that I fall in and out of love with. If you know what I mean. Well, I shouldn't say fall in and out of love with it because I always like him, but like I kind of fall off of like his books and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah, you'll read it one time and then sometimes you'll just forget
Yeah, and
about
then
him.
yeah. Like I said, I'll forget about it and everything. But his run on Daredevil, good shit, man. Like one of the better Daredevil storylines. Uh, but Okay, getting back to basics. Okay, it ran for 8 issues that ran from April to December in 2008. The story involves a long-term invasion of Earth by the Skrulls, a shape-shifting race of aliens who secretly replace many of the superheroes in the Marvel universe. In the lead up to the series release, marketed the story with the tagline "Who do you trust?" Um, which was awesome because all right, well, I'm gonna say why. You're gonna get into it right now. Okay, so that was just a brief synopsis of the story. So now we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of it right now, from beginning to end. So after the events of the Kree Skull War, some of Earth's superheroes, uh, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, Namor, Black Bolt, Professor X, and Doctor Strange, also known as the Illuminati, secretly attacked the Skrulls, but were captured and studied by the Skrulls. But eventually they escaped, and uh, the successor to the Skrull, uh, for the Skrull throne, I don't know what the fuck this name Verkan uh, claim the prophecy has been foretold, the annihilation of our homeworld. But the current emperor of the Scrolls, uh, Darkrek, uh, exiled her to a prison world for her quote unquote religious extremism. After the destruction of the homeworld by Galactus, uh, 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 Verkan becomes the new ruler of the Skrulls after Dorek died in the destruction of the Skrull home world. Now, armed with the knowledge from the studies of the Illuminati, the Skrulls infiltrates Earth, capturing several superheroes. Some Skrulls took their place of Marvel's heroes, with Verkan posing as Spider Woman. But while Verkan was planning her next steps, there was a breakout at Raft Prison. Uh, I don't know if you're familiar with that. That's a prison that they have like in the middle of the ocean. Well, where they put most of the supervillains, and they put it in the middle of the ocean so they can't escape. Obviously, um,
Really? I never heard of that.
yeah. Like I said, I mean it's mentioned in some of this cartoons and shit. But yeah, Raft Prison is called.
Is that like similar to Arkham Asylum?
Yeah, pretty much. You know. So there was a prison break, and the Avengers are called into action. Excuse me, all the Avengers are called into action because, like I said, it's not just one superhero. You're doing a whole mess of them, and so they call everybody in, which includes Spider Woman. Um, okay, well, oh yeah, I put pause here because I wanted to share something because when I was writing, it's like that reminds me of another story that Marvel did. Uh, have you heard about the Clone Spider-Man saga?
No, I did not.
Oh boy, that was a big. Oh, people kind of lost their shit because for an entire year, Spider-Man was just running like it normally does, and then at the end of the year, we find out it was a clone. So people were really, well, comic book fans, I should say, were really upset. It's like, you've been telling me this whole time it wasn't Peter. People were so mad at Marvel because, like I said, when you follow like a character, especially a character popular Spider-Man, you obviously go along with his adventures and stuff, and read through his trials and tribulations and stuff, and you feel like you're going through it with him, man. And to find out that it's not him, people were upset. I mean, I wasn't reading Spider-Man at the time, but I did hear about it. I was like, damn, why would you even do that? I mean, Marvel has dropped the ball with Spider-Man several times. That's not the only instance they've screwed with the Spider-Man fans. But yeah, I just want to bring that up real quick. Another Skrull named Paragon becomes Elektra, who is also the leader of the Hand, as you know. But she dies with the battle with the new Avengers. So Verkan / Spider-Woman takes the corpse to Iron Man to stir up shit in the superhero community. Pause for a second. So you see what she's doing now, right? She's like, oh, look at this. Elektra was a Skrull, so that means anybody could be Skrulls. So she's like planting the seeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just really stirring the pot there.
Yeah, you're stirring the pot, man. So yeah, so
she's like, I want to see it.
So it's like, oh, I'm like, that's smart though. You know what I mean?
Because that automatically dismisses her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's like cast aspersions about herself too. Like I said. So everybody's looking at everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if you're, like
you're really who you say you are.
Yeah. So like I said, smart play for sure.
But would they have even found out?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man. So she ends up joining the Mighty Avengers, which is... All right, I'm gonna pause for a second. So you heard me say the New Avengers a few minutes before, and now I just said the Mighty Avengers. So there were several Avengers teams. There was the Mighty Avengers, the New Avengers, and the West Coast Avengers. Similar to the X-Men, where you have like the base X-Men team, then you have Excalibur, then you have X-Force,
Okay.
Yeah, so like I said, so the Avengers have multiple teams because honestly, there's so many Avengers, you couldn't keep them on one team, so I think it kind of makes sense, but Cap was like the leader of the main Avengers, the Mighty Avengers. That's Cap's team. So after that, she puts her plans into action. She sent 2 imposters as shield agents. Meanwhile, regular Skrulls were mining vibranium on the Savage Land. You heard of the Savage Land before, right?
No, never.
Yes, you have, because they mentioned it several times in the X-Men animated series. And they've gone there like twice. That's where Kazar is. Do you know who Kazar is?
Yeah, I know who Kazar is, but
yeah, he's like, that's his home world, the Savage Land. And then I shouldn't say home world, but that's his home like continent or whatever.
That's where he resides.
Yeah. And what do you call it? So, and I totally forgot vibranium is there too. It's not in just in Wakanda. It's in the Savage Land. But nobody goes there because like dinosaurs and shit, They're like, yeah, it's too dangerous, man. We'll just try to steal it from Wakanda. But they are stopped by the New Avengers. But they're stopped by the New Avengers from taking the vibranium. Elsewhere, the Illuminati battles an imposter Black Bolt, who is backed up by 2 new Skrulls with new powers. Then Then the breakdown of the superhero community happens all at once. So she is like plotting not just like one attack. She's like doing multiple things, and I'm gonna break it down for you, which is like genius. Because if you want to dismantle like a superhero community, this is like a good way of doing it. So this happens simultaneously at 4 different locations. First, she sent a group in to disable the Shield helicarrier. Then she makes another breakout at the raft prison, releasing more supervillains. Then, what you call it, gets the Baxter building transported into the negative zone. And then she takes over the Thunderbolts headquarters. Um, and
Sheesh.
uh, Meanwhile, back at the Savage Land, all the imposters that were attacked were attacked by the heroes in this battle. What you call it? So it's like a big like battle between the Skulls and the heroes in the Savage Land. And in this fight, Reed Richards is there, and of course, knowing Reed, he finally figures out how to tell who is real and who is an imposter. But he is incapacitated by one of the scrolls posing as Ant-Man. Um,
Damn.
so now we have battles going on all over between the scrolls and heroes. Reed recovers and makes a device, of course he does, that can detect the scrolls. Detect the scrolls. And as Reed and the others plan their next move, villains now step up to the heroes, including step up to help the heroes, including Kingpin, the Hood, Craven, Dr. Octopus, and the Abomination. And
What?
others, yeah, and others, with Kingpin being was quoted as saying, "No Earth is bad for business." uh,
I
what
could
do you
hear
call
him saying that.
it? So Vrekin, oh, oh,
And they were basically like, no one could whoop my ass except for the real superheroes.
oh, serious. Um, so now you not only have the heroes, now you got the villains jumping in, helping out. So Verkin regroups her forces in New York for a final battle against the Avengers, X-Men, Thunderbolts, Shield, and now the villains. It's a battle on a grand scale. Verkan is wounded by Hawkeye, but manages to get away until she is surprised by who? Norman Osborn, who kills
What?
her, who kills her flat out, shooting her right in the head. Iron Man and all the other flying heroes take out the remaining scrolls, but there is one scroll left posing as Jarvis, what you call it, and flees with Jessica Jones's daughter. But he is caught and taken down by who? Bullseye. uh,
Damn.
and he returns the child to Jessica and Luke Cage. Um, in the aftermath, the president of the United States removes Nick Fury as head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and assigns Norman Osborn as the new head of
What
S.H.I.E.L.D.
the?
uh, who makes his own Illuminati, so to speak, which consists of Emma Frost, Namor, Loki, and Doctor Doom, uh, which leads in to the next story arc, which is Dark Reign, and that is how that story ended up.
Holy
Oh.
shit. Damn.
Okay, so first question, what are your thoughts now? Like I said, that's just a brief summary of it. I mean, obviously there's a lot going on, so I didn't want to get all into the nuts and bolts of everything, but that's just like a brief overall summary of it. So what are your thoughts after hearing that?
Well, the fact that they made this a show and not a movie is very disrespectful. Very,
Yeah.
very,
I'm
very disrespectful. Especially in a time like this where they need
a
like
good
some good
blockbuster.
movies and
Yeah.
some good like story arcs.
Mm-hmm.
Why would
Mm-hmm.
you make this a show? And then, I mean, you and me both have heard, you know, different things about this show, and I'm still gonna watch it. I was actually waiting for this episode to see, um,
Want to hear the story?
yeah, to hear the story and then go and watch it on
Mm.
my own. But yeah, the fact that they made this into a show and not a movie is
I mean, like I said, when I think last year when we first heard about it, I was like, oh, I thought it was a movie. I was like, oh man, they're gonna do Secret Invasion. What? I was hyped because again, I read the story, so I was like, oh, and then earlier this year when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna be like the comic book, is it? Oh,
Yeah, that, and they haven't really introduced some of these
characters yet? Yeah,
characters yet
in the
in the
MCU.
MCU, and you know they're not going to introduce them in a show.
No, no, no,
So why would you waste your time doing it?
no.
Like, that's not smart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they should have held on to this until, like I said, to make it into a movie. Just to make it a series. Yeah, like it's a waste. It's a waste. It really is. Um, so after hearing me talk about it, now do you think this is something you like to read?
Yeah, I would definitely like to read this. Oh man,
uh,
yeah.
okay. All right. Next question. So thoughts on the villains stepping up to help the heroes?
I think it's pretty cool. I
Mm,
mean, I kind of like it when that happens. I
mm.
forgot what other story that's happened where like the villains are like, no, we need a
Help out the heroes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hate
Um,
this guy, but I'm gonna help him.
well, yeah, it's all about common enemies, man. Like I said, man. I mean, believe it or not,
Even
huh?
oh, sorry,
Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
nah. Even like the last Spider-Man film, it kind of had little hints
Oh,
of
hints
it, like
of
when they
the
were all
villains working with Spider. What Peter?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I like it like that. Like
Hmm.
not like that all the time, obviously, but when
It,
there's like a
evil.
greater evil, you
Hmm.
know,
Well,
I
oh yeah.
like that they break character and they're like, now we let's get this fixed so we could go back to fighting each other.
No, it's a good change of pace, and I like it too. And it also, I think, it gives you more empathy for the villain. That they're not totally,
hundred
cold.
thousand percent bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so
No,
I
that's
like it.
true.
Yeah, so I definitely like that when shit like that happens. What do you call it? But yeah, I mean, some of them obviously do it for their own personal gain. Like Kingpin said, like I said, if there's no Earth, that means I can't make money. I can't make money. I can't do business. You
Yeah,
know.
you know, deep down, his big
Yeah,
ass was like, nah, this isn't cool.
yeah. It's like, nah,
if,
man.
if I'm gonna kill Spider Man, I'm gonna make sure I kill the right Spider Man.
Yeah, true, true.
You know,
Yeah,
and
man.
that's how I feel. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Between everything, that there's always an alternative motive, but you
Oh
know,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
still, they
Mm.
still at the end of the day teamed up.
Oh yeah, true, true. I mean, shit. I mean, how many times has Mystique joined the X-Men? For a brief
Yeah,
period of
yeah, that's
time.
true.
You know.
Time and time again. At this rate, you don't even know if she's part of the X Men and initially, or she's just
uh,
a side piece to the X Men.
okay. So after hearing this story, I mean, do you have a different appreciation or a different view of the scrolls?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I never thought they were good,
Oh
but
yeah.
this definitely cements that idea.
Hmm. Oh
I
yeah.
forgot where we saw them in the beginning. Oh, we saw them in Captain Marvel, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Captain Marvel.
And
Yeah,
in Captain Marvel, they're not bad
yeah. Hmm.
per
Hmm.
se.
Yeah, you know. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. They're always bad, though. Like I said, man. And I'm assuming like in the TV show they're bad, obviously, and everything. But yeah, I mean,
I
yeah, they're always
don't know
bad.
if they're entirely bad.
Well,
I
I
think
mean,
that's why they had her tweak the storyline because I think deep down Marvel is going to try and make them like have some redeemable characters. I
yeah,
think
probably.
maybe I don't know, but
Okay.
I feel like if they did that in Captain Marvel, that they're gonna continue with that trend. At least that's what I feel like, and maybe that's why the story is different between that and also not introducing some core characters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why
Um.
they went the way they did, which they should have just not done it until they were ready or done
Yeah.
a movie because that would have been
10 times
amazing to
better.
see. That's like making that's like making um these movies, the last two Avenger movies. I'm liking it
And
right now.
Infinity War and Endgame.
Infinity War, yeah, that's like making that a show.
Yeah, it
like
is.
like why would you waste such a good storyline
Mm-hmm.
to make a show out of it?
Yeah, like I said,
I
I
get it, like more people will tune in and stuff, but you're risking a lot. And it doesn't look like the risk paid off, at least this time.
no, it doesn't, man. Uh, uh, so I know. Well, obviously, I know you didn't watch the show, but I mean, but do you think the TV show even came close to this?
Doesn't sound like it.
Oh, okay. All right. Last question. What do you call it? So, what do you think? What I said there at the tail end that Norman Osborn was put in charge of Shield, and he made his own like cabal of people that he's working with now.
Oh, that sounded like some fuck shit. It sounded like some straight fuck shit. And I know that he had some people in there to make other people mad. Like, for instance, adding Doctor Doom
Mm-hmm.
was probably to get Reed Richards pissed off.
Oh yeah, like you said. Oh yeah. So like yeah. So he was in charge of shit for a while because obviously the story's old, so things have changed. But yeah, he was in charge of shit for a while, man. Like I said, and like I said, that Dark Reign storyline. Like I said, if that's something you want to me to cover, you know, I'm talking to you personally. I mean, if you want me to cover that on the show, I will do that, man.
Yeah,
But
you should do it. I'm not even gonna let you finish that sentence. Yeah, do it
yeah,
because
do
I'm
that.
interested in hearing what happens afterwards.
Yeah. Oh
How
yeah.
many
Oh
more
yeah.
story arcs are there after Secret Invasion?
Oh, like I said, it keeps going. It's like like one story bleeds into the next one, and after that story ends, that'll bleed into another story. I forgot what comes after Dark Reign.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, like I said, oh, bro, yeah, Dark Reign is just like we can see like the villains like you know at work, if you will,
They're like, yeah, we helped you guys, so you guys owe us a solid.
Yep.
Look the other way when we're doing crimes for now. We need to recuperate some money we lost helping you
For
guys.
sure. Uh, but just look at that team. I mean, we covered Emma in our top 10, you know, uh, sexiest women in comics. What do you call it? Check that episode out if you haven't. Um, uh,
Seriously.
but Emma, Namor, who is just like a god pretty much, Loki, who is literally a god, and Doctor Doom, the second smartest man in the Marvel universe, man. You have those people at your disposal.
It sounds like there's a theme of people, I mean, people who just hate people. So like Namor hates everyone
Well,
that's
he had to land people.
above the ocean.
Yeah.
And then who else is in there?
Well,
Loki, he just wants
he just
power.
went to
Well, not in the movies right now, but
yeah. I mean, he always wants to fuck shit up. That's his thing. He is the god of mischief. So like I said, that's his thing. And Doom does anything for power. He's always craving power, man.
yeah, so that's pretty dynamic.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, and yeah, with Norman at the helm, who is smart, like I said, I mean, he's not like Reed smart, but I mean, he's smart. He figures shit out, and he's very, very persuasive / convincing. Did you know the story arc where Peter Parker was actually working for him?
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's go. And all the time, he knows Peter is Spider Man, but Peter didn't know that he knew. um, yeah, like I said, Norman is so evil. He is, man. He's like I said, uh, yeah, like I said. I mean, I definitely put him out there with the most evil like Marvel villains. Like I said, he's something else. He's something else, man. Because I bet you, I mean, not, I mean, I'm just speaking hypothetically here, but I bet you, like I said, when he tracked down the leader of the Skrulls and then kills her. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's like, it's like I'm going to be the one to kill their leader, and like I said, that'll get me good in with the government, so to speak, you know. And like I said, it just pot shit out from there, you know. Like I said, he always thinks big picture. I think, well, not I should say big picture, but like several steps ahead. Like if I do this thing, that'll lead me to this thing, you know. um, Orman, man, it's the best. Um, but yeah, I mean, sometime in the future, I will cover the Dark Reign storyline for you and for the listeners. Like I said, we're gonna see how this does, and you know, definitely, well, do more for sure. So with me there, kid.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. um, but also, obviously, this is going up on YouTube, so let's go. So, if you haven't subbed to the channel already, please give us that support. You know, we'd like the community to grow and get bigger. Like I said, we have a lot of fun over here doing this, all talking about all this geeky shit. You know, and obviously, we do more than podcasts on here. Like I said, I do food reviews, do video game plays, man. I will be doing unboxings of like cool shit I get. You know, or I find and pick up. So, like I said, a lot of stuff on the channel for you to check out on here. And what you call it? So it's something, and you could give us that thumbs up, that like button, hit that like button. You know what you call it? It helps with the almighty YouTube algorithm.
And also drop some comments in there.
Oh, well, I was gonna get to that. Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
And guys,
jumped
please.
the gun.
Yeah, guys, please drop some comments on there, man. Like I said, I'm always checking my channel. So, like I said, I will see it and I will definitely respond. I know some creators, you know, don't respond. But I will definitely respond. Because like I said, I'm always checking up on the channel, you know, seeing how we're doing or how bad we're doing. And so, I can leave you guys with that. I am Sinder. If you want, you could follow me on Instagram at Sinder666. I post about this very podcast and my channel on YouTube. So if you want to be up to date on what's going on with the channel, you can follow me over there. Or if you just want to shoot the shit or just ask me questions or even show suggestions, you can hit me up over there. Throw it over to my co-host.
And I'm Jose. You can catch me on Instagram at JoseC90. Let us know. Drop any comments, anything that you learned about this episode, or if you want him to cover any other parts, any of your favorite storylines, let him know. Let me know. Especially with this being on YouTube, like he said, the comments are pretty helpful.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. So yeah, any support will be greatly appreciated, man. Like I said, like, sub, comment, and of course share. And on that note, I am Sinder, and we will talk to you guys later.
Peace out.